my name is Julian Garcia, and today I'm going to be demonstrating a knee x-ray. We're going to be doing 5 images. The first one's going to be an AP, second is going to be a mediolateral oblique, third is going to be a lateral, and then our fourth we're doing an intercondylar fossa, and then the fifth is going to be a Patella Sunrise method, and it's going to be a tangential projection. Alright, so first I'm going to get my room ready. I have an IR already placed in. We're doing a 10 by 12. It's in the bucket. I've already went ahead and detented and made sure that my SID is at 40. I moved it back so that the patient doesn't hurt themselves. And now I'm going to go ahead into the waiting room and call my patient. Kyle Manis?
Yes.
How are we doing today?
Very well.
Fantastic. If you could just go ahead and verify your last name and your date of birth.
Yeah. It's Manis, M-A-N-E-S-S, and my birthday is 12/86.
Okay, and do you know why you're coming in with me today?
I was hiking and I fell down and just hurt my knees.
Okay, sorry to hear that. Is there any chance that you could possibly be pregnant? Fantastic. I'm going to take him into the waiting, from the waiting room into the exam room. Now, normally I would go ahead and lower the table all the way down, but unfortunately this table doesn't have that maneuverability. So I'm going to provide him with a step stool. If you could just go ahead and place your head at the end of the table with on your back, stomach side up. Place him in supine position. I'm going to provide him with some shielding. And then I'm going to get started. Okay. Turning the light on. Set off the intent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move him to the light. I'm going for his AP. I'm going to ask that you dorsiflex your foot to make sure that foot is flat as possible. You're going to make sure that the crosshairs go down to about a ½ inch below the patellar apex. I'm going to mark him in the field, in the light field, and then I'm going to make it anatomically correct position by putting it on the lateral side. Then I'm going to go back here into my exposure room. I'm going to set the technique to a 65 at 8, and then I'm going to take the exposure. After I'm done taking the exposure, I'm going to come back into the room. I'm going to remove the IR. I'm going to have it run in red, placing a new 10 by 12 in so we can get the mediolateral oblique image in. Alright, so now with this view, I'm going to go ahead and use his malleoli to guide me in turning his foot medially to a 45-degree angle. I'm going to have him dorsiflex his foot as much as possible without hurting him as well. And then I'm going to collimate. Turning the light on, I'm going to be moving the patient a little bit, ever so slightly, making sure that the crosshairs are about a ½ inch below the patellar apex. And then I'm going to step out into the room. I'm going to take my exposure. I'm going to keep the same technique of 65 at 8. Then once I'm done with that exposure, I'm going to remove the film, have it run, place in a new film, put it back in. So the next image we're doing is a lateral. So with this image, I'm going to actually have the patient turn onto his affected side, which is going to be the right side in this case. Thank you so much. I'm going to have his left leg over his right knee. I'm going to have his foot I'm going to have his knee at a 30-degree angle. I'm going to have him dorsiflex his foot as well to make sure that his foot is flat as possible. I'm going to reshield him appropriately. I'm going to have the light on. I'm going to move him down. And for this image, I'm going to make sure that the central ray enters his medial epicondyles perpendicular. And I just need to find my marker that I had. Oh, there it is. And then I'm going to place it in the light field as well. I'm going to step out into the protective lead-lined room, and I'm going to make the exposure, keeping it the same technique of 65 at 8. Exposure's done. I'm going to go back into the room. I'm going to remove the IR, have it read. Take my marker somewhere and find it. Grab a shielding. And then I'm going to have him turn supine again. How would you turn onto your back? Thank you so much. So for one, I'm actually going to prop up his knee at a 60-degree, prop up his knee with his femur at a 60-degree angle. I'm going to take another 10 by 12 cassette. I'm going to place it underneath. Thank you very much. And this time I'm going to angle the tube at a 60 degrees to match his femoral angle. Okay, perfect. I'm going to turn the light on. Down that. I'm going to make sure that SID is 40 inches from the anatomical chart. Okay, and then I'm going to make sure that the X-ray, or I'm sorry, the central ray is going to be coming in a ½ inch below the patella apex as well. I'm going to place my marker in the light field. I'm going to make sure that he's shielded again. Then I'm going to go back into my room. I'm going to change my technique this time. I'm going to keep it at a 65/4 since we're doing a free cassette. I'm going to take my exposure. After I'm done with that, I'm going to take my marker with my film, run my film, remove the pillow, and employ my patient's help. I'm going to have him hold with his right hand the IR, and then I'm going to place my right marker so I don't forget. Like such. Okay, and then I'm going to bring this down, send it at an angle. Basically want to match the angle of the IR and have it perpendicular to the knee. And so for this one, I basically want to have the central ray entering at the fibular patella joint, and I want to make sure that I could see the actual kneecap in the light. My marker fell, but I can replace it. Let's see. Yep, marker's in, crosshairs are in. My technique is going to be the same since it's a freestanding cassette, 65/4. I'm going to take the exposure. Once I'm done, I'm going to take the film. Thank you so much for your help. Grab my marker, run the film, make sure that the image came out well, move the lead apron. Out of the way so my patient doesn't hurt themselves on their way out. Let my patient know that they're ready to go. The radiologist will read the x-rays and then get it back to their physician, and then the physician will be in contact with them. And that is my 5D view x-ray.